We live and direct, man, with the Wake Your Ass Up podcast, man. We here with another special guest. Before I get to it, man, I gotta give a shout out to our sponsors, man. You know, live and direct, man. You hear me? Shout out to our sponsors, the Cookies, man. Shout out Cookies, man. Shout out Beef Fiends. Shout out Westbound Entertainment. You hear me? But we got a very special guest here today, man, by the way of, man. One of the greatest to do it from Vallejo, California himself, man. You know what I'm saying? Was a dope artist before he transitioned into a great A&R. With that being said, man, I got a special guest, man. Willie with the Joe at the E, man.
My dog, my love.
Whoa.
It's
a blessing to have this guy here today, man. This is one of Drip Squad's first founders himself, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Northern California himself, North Vallejo himself.
No.
South Vallejo?
Like hills.
Hillside.
Yeah, close enough.
Hillside. Let me fix that. But it's a special thing, man, to be able to have this dude here today. You know, he was a great artist, you know, at a time in the Hyphy movement when shit was together. You know what I'm saying? And for you to be an artist at that time in the Bay Area when shit was together, how did that feel?
It was lit. So, like when the Hyphy movement was cracking, I was in Atlanta, like doing, showcases with the waterboard, with the trying to really get it out there. I came back to Atlanta, to the Bay, right when that like kind of like was dying down a little bit, and it was getting into. Cause when I came, that's when I got with Neo, Trax, and Irk, and that's when Irk made the Right Video song, and that's when I ushered in that whole wave that he brought in after that. So
that was a time when the player element had came out. You know what I'm saying? It was real smooth.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know, the clubs was popping then. You
know, button ups. Yeah, exactly.
Button ups and hard bottoms. If you didn't have that, you couldn't get in nowhere.
Exactly.
You know, with that being changed today, do you think the transition of that has made a domino effect on how it's accepted into music today?
As far as what?
The look. Like you said, we had to go up in there with hard bottoms. We had to go up in there with, button up t-shirts. Mm-hmm. Now you can come really as you are. Do you think that played a domino effect on?
You know what? Like I never thought about it like that, but yeah, it did, because it kind of trained us to like, okay, we ain't coming with the bullshit. They already be chirping. We already gonna move. Now, as you say that, yes, it definitely played a big part in kind of, because it wasn't nothing like it is now. Like you could definitely go have a good time. Niggas used to kick it outside the club for an extra hour, just on some politicking, fucking with bitches, whatever. Like, yeah.
At that time, like, what was your favorite like clubs, or like what was some of your favorite shit that you like to do around that time?
So when I used to come out here back and visit, I used to, they took me straight. I remember the first time I came back and visit when I first moved to the A. I came back in the summer. First thing they did, take me to Bachelor Lounge. Like, I didn't even know 40 had a club. They said, "Oh, you know 40 got a club now?" They took me to Bachelor Lounge. I never forget it, because I grew up with Clyde Carson. So when we went to the club, they would play I've Heard Hot in here for the first time, Routine. I was like, what the hell? This nigga's cracking. They had the hottest song in the city. I'm like, oh shit, that was fire. Like, so Bachelor Lounge for sure. Later on, we used to tear up Wet and Tunes in San Jose. We know back in Vallejo, we had H Lounge, we had Teeters. It was all kind of little shit like that, yeah.
So, when you was an artist and, you stepped out to carry yourself as an artist, what was in your mind frame of, a thought, how you represented yourself?
I think the people that I was influenced played a big part in that. Like I was a kid, I was locked in to Rap City. I was locked in to 106 and Park. Like I was saying earlier, like we used to study it though. And I wasn't just enjoying it. Like I was studying people and how they move. Like it was kind of like my own artist development. And then locally, my favorite artists was people like Mac Mall, people like E40, and they were making more than just Bay music. So just as I got into it, I just thought that's what you had to do because the people I was influenced by was already moving like that.
So when you say influenced by, right, what made them have, the mind frame to get you influenced by them?
Like 40 was always, well, first of all, I grew up in the hills, so as soon as I got friends, it was no choice. They already told me what it was. Like, we rock with 40, the click is what it is. So I remember my first CD I ever had was, I found it on like somebody dropped it, and I picked it up, and it was Mr. Flamboyant, E40. And I put it in my dad's system, my dad's car, and I'm listening to it. I'm like, dang, this is crazy, blew my mind. And then a couple years later, Mac really got into Mac Mall. I think it was just like it felt bigger. It didn't feel local. Like it felt like they was really like being themselves, but was being accepted more than just where we was from. You know what I'm saying? And everybody else kind of had more of a local appeal. But then by me being a super fan of Rap City, seeing E40 on Rap City, seeing Too Short on Rap City, seeing Spice One, seeing Mac Mall, like that was big because I was only seeing Busta Rhymes and all that kind of shit. So to see them, it was like, oh no, they doing it big, like Richie Rich, like shit like that. Like so.
So you was actually a kid that actually studied the game. You didn't just jump into the game without having some knowledge.
Yeah, I don't know where that came from because ain't nobody in my family was doing music or nothing. So I just me and my partners, we just always had this thing like we could do it. Like even when we didn't have the resources, we didn't have the money, nobody knew us in little ass Vallejo, like we still felt like we could like do it. I don't know where it came from, but that's just how we always moved.
So did those people inspire you to want to be into the game, or did you just have this drive like to just know like, man, maybe one day I'll be blessed from this shit?
It was a little both. Like Crisscross inspired me. When like everybody else, I was listening. Like when I first heard Mr. Flamboyant, I was listening. Like Legal Business, I was listening. When I saw Crisscross, I was paying attention. Like, oh shit, I can do that. Like woo woo. And then it wasn't until about like '94 when Snoop Dogg Doggy Style came out. That's when I really was like, oh nah, this is what I'm doing.
So, like you said, so when '94 hit and Doggy Style came out, and you had this vision like, damn, one day that can be me, but also that you think that gangster music would transition it to where it's at today?
Yeah, I did because I was a student of it, so I always studied. I peeped how N.W.A. like cracked it open. I peeped how Too Short like would capture the whole world by being vulgar and like, you know what I'm saying? So just being themselves and growing up around that shit, like it was just the way of being. So I kind of had a feeling it was, yeah.
Right. So as you being the person who you are and do what you do, what do image and branding mean to you?
I think it means how people gonna remember you. And you know what I'm saying? Like it's the little things that make you like a thing. Like if I say, tell me 3 things about Snoop Dogg, I'm pretty sure me and you would say the similar things. Weed, Long Beach, Crip, LA, whatever the case may be, Dre's, whatever. And these are all things that he branded over time to program us to remember who he is. So I feel like that's a big part of, being an artist, of knowing who you are.
Right. So you just said a key word, programming, right? So with programming, what is some of the things that you think that the industry does to people to have them programmed to understand the music?
Consistency, repetitive, like, you know how the radio there, how songs need to be like 1 hour every hour, like, because it takes a regular person about 4 or 5 times to decide if they like something. So, and then if you were a person that is dishing it out and you know that, then you already know, like, to get this in position to, that's why they say content's so big. That's why you notice every time they say content, they say you need 10 or 20 pieces of content to the one song. They're basically saying that's the new way to program people. You ain't got the access to being on the radio every day, all day, don't matter no more. But if you got 20 pieces of content and you already got somebody liking that one song, you give me 19 more sings of that song repeatedly. Now, about the 10th time, I'm convinced that I like this song. Barry and Spin. Perfect example. Like, you know what I mean? They kept coming. We already knew we kind of liked it on the first time. Like, oh, man, fuck with this. You kept coming though. They kept no. Matter of fact, I knew fuck with it. Matter of fact, bop like a player. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's just how. And now we program. That's how it goes.
That's facts. You know, with that structure of, you know, content, how people present it today, I think it's a great deed because you have more power and control as an artist, and you know, to be more self-sufficient with things with your creative control. You know, with that said, like, what do you think as in creative control as having, you know, people around that have you come up with great concepts, so when you come up with things that, you know, to make a good song to turn into a hit, that, you know, what do you think about that?
What I think about what?
Like putting people together in big rooms to, you know, create.
That's how all the songs we came up off, all the songs that's big right now, that's how they all being made. I think a lot of people, like, because we so talented, we kind of convince ourselves we want to do it all ourselves. And it's some kind of, because, you know, like how they got on Drake so much when he found out he had a ghostwriter and everybody got on him. But every big song, pretty much majority of them have assistance in some kind of way. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's really the real key to it, is collaboration. So a lot of people, you know, be misconstrued about that, and they try to do everything themselves. That's why they kind of get stuck. Like when one song works, and you notice they can't get it again, because they keep trying to do it all themselves. But if you had a team that had a plan and understood the sound and you could repeat that. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like something I heard that made, like, somebody said a goal is the clarity, but the success to get there is the systems that you build. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
My nigga. So if you, that's like, you gotta have a system. If you got a system, you can repeat making that hit, and you can get them same people in the room, keep repeating that vibe, keep repeating that energy. It kind of reminds me of what we got going on right now with me, King, and TG, and my boy D Sharp. Like, it's a synergy that we build. It ain't even something that we like force. Like, you know what I'm saying? Once we had our first session, my man knocked out like 5 songs. We repeat the system. Like, okay, you give him certain production, he go home, he chill with it, he come back, and we knock it all out. Like, and we start peeping our system that worked for us. So, and then now we at this point, we ready to launch it. You know what I'm saying? And it's finna really be crazy. So, systems for sure.
So that's crazy that you said that. So it's 2 key words that you said that I love about, you know, the way how you address the information. One of the key words you said was team. The second key word that you keep saying is system, right? So with those 2 key words, right, can you explain to the people what it takes to have that desire to push within a team and be acceptance to take information from a team, and what is the creation of having a system?
Got you. You gotta believe in yourself first. Then 2, if you believe in yourself, then you can be able to have the ability to see it in other people. When you see it in other people, 1, you gotta have a genuine, like, heart about yourself though, because, you know, you could see it in somebody, but if you a kind of person that kind of, you know, start feeling away when tension shares, then you might not be the person for that position of really spreading it, like, you know what I mean, like you need to. And what was the second part? This lesson. And the system, it will work for you. Like for example, with you, that's why I fuck with you so hard, because you are building your system. Nobody, if people see it or don't see it, you're building a system right now. And I see it clear as day. You know what I'm saying? And what you do, you're not tripping on who don't see it. You're not tripping on who gets it. You're only tripping on the ones who rock with you. So the ones that rep the CBE is the ones that are like-minded like you. So that's the first step you start. You get a team around me that feel like I feel, that see it how I see it, that view it like I view it. Then from there, we're going to create systems. This is how we doing it. We creating it as a team. You know what I'm saying? We're building it like this. One man shine, we all come. We all whoop. You're building your system right in front of people. So that's a great example right there.
Right. So with the desires and the passion for you loving this music, what made you want to transition into an A&R? From what I'm hearing, you always had this A&R mentality thoughts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And didn't know it though. Because I was like, been like that since a kid. My partners, I used to get niggas rap names. I used to tell them that we a group. this our name, this what we doing, this our merch, this our woo woo. And to me, it was just me loving what I do and the love for my dogs. Because even when I moved to Atlanta for the first time, that was my first time being a solo artist. Like I didn't even ever thought about being a solo artist, just because I just rocked with what we had and how we was building it. But when I moved to Atlanta, kind of had to force myself like to do that. So I learned the game like on my own, like as far as like the inside of the real game, like, you know what I mean? And I really had to like, I don't know, I really had to like figure that shit out. Then that's, you know, that's what the fuck happened. As far as me being A&R, that ain't even something I asked to do. Like I was an artist. Like one of my boys, he right here on my channel, my nigga Pills, he passed away. I went to, so pretty much I was at a studio with my boy named Pretty Boy. He was a homie I met. He was from Macon, Georgia. He was out here actually, but he lived out there. So when I moved back to Atlanta, I met Pretty Boy. So I was like, man, that was my first time ever seeing an artist and felt like I wanted to help him get on. Like anything else, of course I wanted to always help people, but it was never like a CEO artist type of vibe. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was the first person I had like a player coach kind of vibes with. So I used to rock with him, and then I was like, boom, I'm gonna go to the studio. I'm gonna bring my nigga Pills. My nigga Pills fuck with him. I'm rocking with him because Pills always been around with major shit. When I did I'm from the Bay, bro, he was there. When I did Get 'Em Got 'Em, he was there. He was always there. So boom, we did a session, had a great time. He was like, man, I fuck with Pretty Boy. So that made me say, I'm gonna fuck with him. He left, said, I'm gonna hit you later. I get a call in the morning from his phone. It was his mom. Pills died the very next day from after the session. Boom. But I wasn't mourning really though. It was kind of like motivated. Like, dang, I'm gonna do this for my nigga Pills. Like, you know what I'm saying? We gonna get this shit cracking. So me and Pretty Boy hit the studio hard, 6 months, every day, getting it together, crafting the album, everything. I'm chilling. I'm in the studio, the club. I see Jazzy Faye. Me and Jazzy Faye chopping it up because I used to be signed. So me and Jazzy Faye chopping it up. And I look at my phone. Somebody say, R.I.P. to Pretty Boy. So within 6 months, Pretty Boy died after Pills. After the funeral, I'm driving home. Everything I love. My boy Lake, who works for Generation Now, who's the CEO of Generation Now, him driving mechanic, he calls me and says, you ready? I'm like, what you talking about? He was like, man, we just got our label deal. Willie just went platinum. They just gave us bread to start to put a staff together. And we think that you could be a good A&R because you've been A&Ring yourself my whole time knowing you. I've been knowing Lake for 20 years. You're like, nigga, you've been doing that shit for yourself the whole time I've been knowing you. I think you could do that for other artists. And when he said it, I was still rapping. So when he said it, I knew right there that was God saying that's my transition. I can't sweat on what I did or didn't do as an artist or what I felt I still had to do as an artist. I had to be at peace that I did everything I could. Like, you know what I'm saying, in the position and the cards that I was dealt. You know what I'm saying? Like I did the impossible actually. I did what nobody's ever did. Like, and I had to really realize that because I never tripped on what I've accomplished because I always looked ahead. I always looked at the people that I wanted to go. You know what I'm saying? So like I came over with B.O.B. Like I gave him his name, showed him. So the fact that he skyrocketed so much, like I'll focus on somebody like him. Like if I didn't get to that 8 million sold or that, I was feeling accomplished, not realizing, nigga, you just came from Vallejo, California, moved to Atlanta, took over a whole city, nigga, then moved back to the Bay and created 2 movements, 22 Second Letter and F&M, created an anthem from the Bay, bro, that still get played today, that still get paid today for. I did a remix with everybody and their mama and everybody in the video, including my nigga Chippers, including Simba, including Neo and everybody. It's like, I had to think about it. Like when everybody say, man, the Bay need to come together, the Bay need to be like Atlanta, I had to think about it. My whole career represents that. Me bringing the Bay together. And now with me being the founder of Team Bay Area, I'm still doing that. Bringing the Bay together. I could just be in Atlanta and not give a fuck about the Bay no more. My life is set up to where I don't have to go back to the Bay at all. But I will refuse to do that. Because that's refuse to do that. They ain't gonna never look at me and say that about me. No matter if they give me my props or don't, they know one thing, that nigga be here. That nigga be in our face. That nigga be like, nigga, every time I see him, he doing something. And, you know, that's just how I always been. And I had to realize that. And that's what made me really embrace the A&R position and just go hard with that like I did as an artist.
So, I'm gonna continue with both situations because you just said something that was key. So you created Team Bay Area, right, from back there to here. So what made you wanting to bring that imprint to the masses for them to understand that team? See, you heavy on this team shit. You heavy on this team shit. You feel me? And I think a lot of people need to start paying attention when it is with the camaraderie of understanding what it is to be a team player. Some people never play sports, so they don't understand what it is to be able to share. Or some people didn't have siblings, so they don't understand what it is to be able to have to share, you know? So the way how you address things is so, it's refreshing, bro. You know, because a lot of people don't put focus on team. It's always for I, for self, for self, for self. But throughout the time of the energy that we've been talking this whole time, you've been acknowledging your peers, your friends, bigging up your people, talking about team systems, things of where people are known in our area to only focus on themselves. Yeah. So for you to have that visionary mind state in this type of element, it's extraordinary, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I can honestly say that you have been blessed with some things that people might not understand, but they might need to get around you to understand. You know, and it don't take nothing less for somebody to soak up some game and some knowledge from some people that have a value of characteristics that where they can learn something from. You feel me? Sometimes we put so much focus in on negativity things that we don't look at the desires of the people that we got right in our face and who play a part in this game that has value. You feel me? Some might don't know, but some might do know. But appreciation is things that we need to be shown more about what we do and how we do things. You working on a new album. You got two great brothers here today with you, you know, that plays a heavy endurance into this game that we call entertainment, the Bay Area. You feel me? Whatever, however we want to look at it, you know, these dudes is a part of the team that y'all have created as a family, you know, and it's a brotherhood that has been built 20 plus, you know, and to keep that camaraderie together is special because a lot of friends don't know how to be friends because they were never taught to be a friend.
Hello.
You know, so
and that's something I can say. I'll be telling people out in Atlanta. That's something I can say I'm blessed with. Like I've had the same friend since the 5th grade, like till today. Like all four of us has been the same. Two of them here today. Like been friends since the 5th grade, and I think, you know, of course, you just kick it with your partner. You don't think nothing of it because niggas been in your life all your life. But as I think about it, that plays a big part of how I am, though, is because, and how I know how to be is because I come from like a solid foundation. Like what I didn't really get from family, I got from what I built with my niggas. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that kind of keeps me humble. And like, that's why I play. Like when I come out here, I stay with my people. Like I fuck with them instead of doing all that. Cause I want to feel that energy how we used to be. Like, you know what I'm saying? They might not even know that's what I'm doing, but that's what I'm doing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
That's special, man, just to be able to share those moments and to still have the same brothers here without, you know, having no negativity around the environment. You know what I'm saying? Like, even when we were just outside before we came in, that love and that energy that they were just sharing, the conversations, you know what I'm saying? The camaraderie, bro, is just, people need to learn how to be more friends than they do partners. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we focus in on the wrong things and it can confuse the mind at times. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes people don't understand just a simple phone call to check on somebody is just being a friend. You know, and it ain't always being in places to where we can't be and where we should be. You know, and I love the fact that how y'all rock, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like the great business and ventures that y'all doing together. You know what I'm saying? Bringing that shit together again, like how y'all was when y'all were younger and still looking out for one another and not afraid to share each other's lights. You know, all you guys is in big places. And sometimes when people get in big places, they turn the doors on each other like they don't know each other for strange faces. You know what I'm saying? So for y'all all to keep that same camaraderie within each other is special. You know what I'm saying? And I want to commend all of y'all brothers on that because We don't have that today. A lot of times we turn our back on each other for as little as a bag of weed. You feel me? But to keep that going on for 20 plus years, that's special, man. And I just want y'all to keep that shit going on and keep putting that great passion and that energy into this.
No. And it ain't hard to come together when your niggas is the best at what they do. D Sharp is for sure that's the best DJ, but we about to let you know he the best producer.
For sure.
Like, I don't think, nah. You think I just say that? Nah. Like, we got jewels and gems, like Tracks a Million, rest in peace, Mechanics, you know what I'm saying? DJ Fresh, DJ D Sharp, these are DJ Torre, these are gems. You see what I'm saying? Like, these are gems that's right here, right down the bay. And King NTG, my nigga Neo, bro, I say it everywhere I go. Best rapper out the Bay Area. We might have to debate about all time. Like, I might go to war with anybody about all time. I'm not playing, bro. Yeah, we about to show it though. It's a new standard. My nigga rapping his ass off. Like, he like Benjamin Button with the rapping. Like, it get better as he get older.